Don't ask me, man. I didn't do it. Yeah, he came back.
Sacrificing himself.
Yep. And then they planted his ass at the funeral. And
he grew right back out.
Yep.
I wonder what advertising company thought of that one.
It was actually Gary Vee's advertisement company was the one that worked on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty clever because they did the...
It's that guy you like, right?
Yeah. They did the killing him first, and then they did the rebirth on
Then bringing him back, yeah. He's iconic. He couldn't remain dead. It's like, who did they kill? Batman or Superman?
Superman. They do that in the 90s just to drum up sales.
Oh, they killed everybody, though. I mean, Captain America for a second.
Well, you see Captain America getting killed. He ain't got no special powers. I figured he would get killed sooner or later. Captain America, he ain't got no powers.
Yeah, he was part of. He got like a bunch of like testing because he was scrawny. He was a scrawny little kid, and they put the super serum in,
right?
And it made him big.
But he doesn't have any super powers. He's just stronger than a normal man would be.
He's strong and agile.
Like endurance.
Yeah, he's essentially like.
But he's not like Superman.
Alpha male, you know.
Yeah, right. He's
like the peak physical form that a man can be.
You probably call him
I just saw the first one where they killed him because I didn't even see that.
Something like that.
Because Batman definitely don't have no power.
Technology.
No.
He has none whatsoever.
Regular ass.
Just technology.
Rich dude.
Yeah,
and connections.
Regular rich dude.
Batman.
Are we already recording?
Yeah.
Oh damn! I know
there he is.
Oh my goodness! I have not seen this guy in so long. You alright, man? How's the little one?
He got the going on.
I've had the weirdest conversation. I have a buddy who thinks like him became Jesus, kind of.
He thinks what?
Right, well, go get a chair before you start talking.
Dude, I don't even know where to begin.
Right, because that sounds like perfect.
Jesus.
Don't scoot too much, you're gonna get your head in the way. So you gotta scoot kind of.
You're good right there, I think.
Yeah, you're good. I don't know.
I know they like, child, he sounds horrible.
I think you're the only person I know that says that. Child in front of stuff.
Black women say it.
Oh, yeah.
I know he'd be happy that we are all.
And then Wesley Snipes did the funeral. I'm devastated. Mr. Kool-Aid.
What is happening? What is that?
I'm devastated.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm devastated.
Just kidding. I'm back.
I'm devastated. Where's my monocle? That's a mess.
I told you.
Hold on. Does Mr. Peanut have a monocle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr.
And a
Peanut
top
has
hat. And a cane.
And a cane, yeah. And
But-
shoes
And
with
spats.
But
yeah.
it's the other one. The Monopoly Man doesn't have a monocle.
Yes, he does.
He does too.
Yeah, he does.
Look it up.
Okay, maybe you're right.
I thought
I
he
could have
did
swore
too.
he got a mustache, a monocle, and a hat.
Yeah.
No.
He does not.
Wow, that's deep.
He does not.
I'm picturing him with one though. You know?
But you
Right.
do.
He does have a hat, but he does not have a
Oh yeah, that mustache and that hat.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
The original version was, huh?
Oh. Hold on. Is that going on?
No, I'm telling you, originally he did have one. At least I thought. Maybe,
You're right.
maybe back in the olden days he had one. Maybe he doesn't have it now. But I played a lot of Monopoly back in the day.
Monopoly. That's like my
I
favorite.
played a lot of Monopoly.
Damn that. Oh, they
I would actually play that.
What?
If they played Monopoly, I'd play that.
It's too much like life.
Wow.
Yeah, people's personalities come out. Monopoly will bring your personality out.
Monopoly?
Oh, it will.
I hate Monopoly.
It will. That's one thing about that game. It'll bring your personality out.
Definitely not a fan of that one.
Yeah.
It's so fucking boring.
My family
Monopoly is boring, man.
my family
is
won't
so
play with me no
boring.
more.
Oh, well, we used to change it
I'll
up.
be
You gotta
bankrupting the
play
shit out of
music
their
while
ass.
you're playing.
We used to play with real money and real
Put on the
weed.
record.
Oh no,
Yeah,
There's
we
so
jazzed
many
it
better
up.
games.
that
though.
was start of the
That's all
fight
I'm
in my
saying.
house.
There's better games out there in the world.
That was the start of the fight.
Well, the thing about that game is just simple for anybody. You don't have to go through a lot to understand the game itself. It's
True.
simple. Some of those
That's
games
it.
you guys play, I can sit there for a half an hour and not figure shit out.
Right.
There are some games that we do play like that. but
I'd be
some
like,
aren't.
what? What?
Very
Dude, the
interesting.
Clue, the Rick and Morty Clue.
You played it.
Oh yeah, it's the shit.
Is it fun?
Oh yeah, it's the
Is
shit.
it just standard Clue though?
No, it's Clue with like each character has their own special power,
Right.
and then there's little like power ups you can get. Like if you land on X's and roll X's, you get power ups that you can use for different things to help you throughout the game. But yeah, it's basically the same thing. But you instead of going to, you know how in Clue you have to be in the room when you announce it, you have to actually get back to Earth because it all starts on Earth.
Oh, before you can announce who you think it is.
Yeah.
He ain't fucking with no off-brand bitch.
You better say that again.
She let me touch it in my eye.
Okay. Anyways, what were you saying before you
Dude, hold on. I'm still getting this shit from him. What
Getting
the
it together.
fuck?
someone turned to Jesus?
Into.
You know the guy. Remember when we were playing disc golf and a guy walked up in just underwear and he had ink all over and you looked at me and you were like, that dude's on acid. We were playing at Wagner and he played with us for like 3 holes and you were just like looking at me like, we were walking through Wagner, right?
Okay.
Wagner, not Star, Wagner. And down the street, sidewalk, comes walking this guy in underwear. That's it. And we're looking, I'm like, that's fucking Paul Parent. I know this guy, I played in a band with him
Okay.
in 2009. Full ride scholarship to U of M. Was on their swim team. Brilliant, right? We'll come back to that. Pause at that. That's where he left off. That was his peak. And we're walking down. I was with Steve, and he's in just underwear. And Steve looks at me, and he's like, "That guy is tripping out." He was. He went to rehab in Vegas. He burned his parents' house down, which is a multi-million-dollar house. I was there the night before he burned it down. He randomly hit me up, was like, let's write some music. I hadn't talked to him in years. I was like, okay. His parents were in Europe, and... Europe?
Yeah, I would end up on the
You
end
could
of
do
it.
that. That's the whitest thing I've done so far. Europe. I went downstairs, they had 3 turntables, all these speakers, and what is it, like not a circuit breaker, but when you have a plug and you can plug it into one, you have multiple.
Oh,
Yeah.
surge protectors.
He had 4 surge protectors plugged into one, so 5 total. I looked at him, I was like, Paul, you're going to burn your fucking house down.
Right.
Ha 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 ha.
Eventually he
He
did.
burned his house down that night to the ground. Made the news, everything. And my sister-in-law's dad lives next door to him. And it was like, dude, your buddy Paul burned his fucking house down. His parents were in Europe when it happened. They think it wasn't the circuit breakers, though. They think he was making meth in his basement, his parents' basement.
Wouldn't that be a blow up?
But they had installed all this new wood furniture and stuff, and it hadn't been shellacked or
Oh,
whatever.
that's what it's kindling.
It was fucking 4x4.
It was kindling.
And they had all the wood around in the basement because they were redoing
When
it.
did this happen?
2015-ish would be my guess in Shelby. They're right by Stony Creek.
Wow.
Anyway,
I remember the
so this
story,
guy, I have 2 really close friends that have stayed in contact with him, and one is Sean. You've met Sean. So Sean was the one that finally outed him to his parents. Sean moved to Arizona and stayed in touch with Paul because they were writing music, and he just started getting weird. So Sean came back to Michigan and visited him, and he had white jeans on that he had colored Sharpies all over, and he had shit in them multiple times, but he didn't want to wash them because he was afraid to get all the ink off. So Sean was like, dude, he walks into the fucking Main Street Billiards in downtown Rochester, and he's like, there's shit going down his pants. And he's like, he was not right. He started like super happy, and then he started slamming things and throwing things.
Oh yeah, that method got him.
Dude, for years he was doing acid. So, 5 years straight, he said. Just nonstop acid. Went to a Christian rehab, came back, now doesn't do drugs. But he believes, and this is found out today, Jesus is visiting him in his room every night. And he's been having conversations, and Jesus introduced him to God. But it wasn't God, it was actually a demon. And so he finally outed the demon, and now he went back to God, and God has chosen him as like this super power.
So he needs psychiatric help.
His parents are fucking gone, dude. Like, his parents will not help. They are just so out of touch with reality.
Well, that's just there's no help in the system either.
Well,
There's probably like
he's
a real
schizophrenia.
simple
That's
explanation.
schizophrenia.
Just he-
That's
Well,
extreme schizophrenia.
So this is, and like, this is just happening. I called him today. I haven't talked to him in years. And I was like, dude, I need to just have a conversation, just say hi, because if this guy does something stupid, like, because his
he's gonna do something stupid.
His
That'd
own
be-
sister said to Sean, I'm waiting for the call that says he either killed himself or he killed someone.
Well, is he going to a therapist or nothing like that?
His parents are so out of touch with reality that his parents don't think.
Oh,
His parents think he's okay. He's okay. So he
He's
went to Vegas for a rehab, like his parents being fucking millionaires, sent him to this amazing rehab. But then he came home and the demon told him to attack his younger brother. So he like attacked his younger brother. Dude, I just had an hour-long conversation with the guy on my way here.
You ever think of
I had a friend like that.
doing something harsh, like sometimes people like that aren't grounded in reality, and it takes like literally just getting the shit beat out of them.
No. It's a chemical imbalance.
Well,
I
man.
know
yeah,
he's
it
normal
is,
though.
but-
I know he's an intelligent, normal human
Yeah,
at
well,
some point.
my friend has schizophrenia. Could draw like Michelangelo. He could play a guitar like you wouldn't
Yeah,
believe.
like
He
you're
could
gay.
sing. He was super talented and everything, but he was nutty as a
my bad.
fruitcake.
That's why you were.
He was nutty as a
Put my foot
fruitcake.
right up in that butt.
I don't know. I
Well,
think he's
I-
clear. Yeah, he's clear, isn't he?
I would think
Say
so.
what though?
No,
My
watching.
friend, he was like, he
No, you
was,
can't watch.
he could play guitar like you wouldn't believe. He could write songs. He could draw like you wouldn't believe. He could draw a portrait of you with like a pencil, and every hair you could see. It was unbelievable,
Super
man.
talented.
But one day he just
They said,
lost
well,
his mind.
Acid will bring out.
And his thing was
schizophrenia.
Olivia Newton-John. That was his thing. Oh yeah, she was over at my house last night. After the ghost left.
Dude, this guy has sent me texts since like we've gotten here.
Yeah, was he? That's
Bruce, I apologize if this is too much homework, but I watch a lot of videos and couldn't decide between these three. Here's one of the discovery of the Ark of the Covenant video. Here's one that shows the power of the Holy Spirit, including speaking in tongues, with a video. And here's one of my favorite pastors, Dan Moeller. I've never heard anyone
Oh,
preach
he's
like
just
him.
a Jesus
Let me
freak.
know what you think with a video.
He's gonna.
But
try
no,
to
and
convert
so
you.
he thinks he was given the rare gift of speaking in tongues. I don't know how in depth you are with your Old Testament knowledge, but like, it's
I stay away from people that speak in tongues.
well. They speak in tongues in Baptist and fundamentalist churches. Anyway.
and we grew up Baptist, so
And
but
so
like,
speaking in tongues is a weird thing because they all do sound alike when they do it,
I know,
but no one can tell you what each word means.
right? That's the so tongues in the Old Testament was originally designed for the spreading of the word. So they were like, we need to create a language, or it was a gift given that the language was, if you speak your language, it will be heard in someone else's language. That's tongues 101. But
Tongues 101.
ever since then, though, like the interpretation has come up because it says when people spoke in tongues, it was gibberish, right?
Yeah.
But since then, people have. But if you go by Old Testament law, it also says God said "fuck tongues" and deleted it from existence because it was no longer necessary. So where the fuck these psychos think they can still speak in tongues?
It's
A bunch of aliens, man. We're giving you voice boxes, and they left, and they said, "We're done. All right."
It's that guy probably feels inept
You
due
agree
to the
with that.
fact that
Huh?
his family is accomplished and he's not accomplishing anything, and that's what makes him feel good. is
Dude,
the
no,
validation
he's past there.
that
He's in
No,
good.
he
he's
has his
he's
brain.
better, but in his mind he can be better than others. even though he's not by.
Dude,
when he's just having
when
a
you do
rough time
drugs,
coping.
when you do acid all
He can
day,
cope.
every day for years, you don't come back a normal person.
True.
You are not,
no,
dude.
hold on.
Whatever reality you were living in became your real reality.
No, there was something wrong before he did the acid.
Yeah, the acid.
Oh,
I'm
The
not
acid just
sure.
aggravated whatever
Yeah.
it was.
It
Because
brought
there's
out
plenty of
whatever was hiding.
psychonauts that are fucking taking acid, but if you, it's one of those things where, yeah,
If you don't,
he probably would have
reconstruct
snapped now if he hadn't taken acid. He still would have snapped with some kind of pressure of a job or whatever.
Well, you
still
said he
would've
was
snapped,
he was delving a little bit in meth, right?
Oh yeah, I mean he did everything, dude. So the other thing is too is this is how ignorant his parents are. He has a rare disease, and they've gone to every fucking hospital in the United States that would specialize in rare diseases, right? Again, they're millionaires. They've traveled. No one can diagnose him, but every day he wakes up and he just feels like he needs to stay in bed. Like he's just like, man, every day it's just like moving is so much energy, so like I can't even go get a job. Mind you, he's living in his own corner of a fucking house, not too far down the street from Eminem. You know where Eminem's off the dirt road?
Yeah.
Wrap around, go under the bridge. His house is in that mega neighborhood.
Jesus Christ, those are fucking.
He has his own branch. There was a whole section of the house dedicated to us playing music, right? A fucking room the size of this house where we just, and his parents, they didn't want everyone bringing their drums over. It's a lot of work, so we'll just buy you a drum set, whatever you want.
Yeah.
They actually believe this, but there's, like he was told me today, no doctor is able to give them an explanation as to why. And his parents are too fucking ignorant to be like, maybe you're lazy, and we give you like a credit card to do whatever you want, and you kind of just like that life. So all he does is he sit there and watches videos and like plays music.
Good life if you can get it.
But see, that's the thing. There's not
all we're getting to that?
Yeah, dude, like he's convinced himself that he's like forever sick.
But that's not
Like,
really.
or
Yeah.
is it the meth? Like,
Well, the meth makes you move. So
I
it's
don't know
not the
much
meth.
about meth. I haven't been able to do it yet.
It's hard.
Well, remember,
Oh, you know what?
Remember,
don't do that.
remember Juddy?
No.
You never met Juddy. My old roommate was a fucking like he his family made or cooked meth and shit. They're from Nebraska, so they were in the meth game.
Hell yeah.
And he'd have it every so often. He'd get some up here because it's not very plentiful up here. That's the thing. Meth is not something that you can just go to every street corner and find.
Right.
But when he did get it, he would literally sit in his room for fucking 2 days. And I wouldn't see him for 2 days, and that's it. He would sit in his room, he'd draw, he'd do whatever the fuck all by himself. Like,
Oh, a meth head can sit on a chair and look at that corner right there and just sit here like this for maybe an hour. Just God.
I had a buddy.
I mean, I could do that too with some weed.
I had a buddy who
Just
I
get zoned out on some fucking shit.
For
Just
an
go,
hour,
"Oh, man, at least
No,
I
you
got
can.
out."
No, you could. You've never done it, and you can't do it.
Not for an
You've
hour.
never
You couldn't
done
sit
it,
there
and
for
you
an
can't
hour,
do it.
yeah.
No.
15 minutes is hard enough with your eyes closed, let alone staring at something for an hour. Unless it's a
You
movie.
did it at my house looking at the fucking poster on the
Oh,
wall.
Jesus Christ. And then downstairs. it
Ever
just
tell you about
disappeared.
this?
That-
If you go into like, I don't know, call it my living room, one of the main rooms, I have like a 8x8, maybe even a little like poster of ancient Rome's original map.
Oh, okay.
And so we did shrooms at my house, and Steve would just sat there, and like it's just a giant map of Rome, started like swirling around.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to leave the room.
You said you had to leave the room.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
to go
such an
downstairs.
interesting one because like you could stare for hours because it has all the locations.
Yeah.
It's like Tommy Falls and all that.
Yeah.
You
And
can
I'm
go
not, I
section
wasn't, that
127.
wasn't what I was trying to accomplish.
At the time. Right?
Yeah, it was causing me anxiety because I didn't want to look at it.
Fuck
I
you,
was trying
Rome.
not to, I was trying not to use my eyes.
I'm a
You know
Frenchman.
what I'm saying? I was trying to get out of my head, so
Yeah.
I didn't need to fucking see a goddamn map. I'm like, no, gotta go.
Not looking at that.
No. And then there's
Always
a
the
kid
same planet
too.
Earth.
The kid didn't help either. I completely forgot about the kid being there.
Dude, yeah, that fucked with my head.
Dude, I fucking forgot about that. That's probably why I went to the basement.
Dude, what's his face shows up.
Well, he was planning on coming. Remember, she
Yeah.
did it.
But his wife was gonna do shrooms, so like I've never met his wife.
Oh, you on shrooms?
Yeah.
Oh,
me
okay.
and
You didn't
this-
say that. I was like,
yeah,
what's
no.
wrong with you? What's
Oh,
wrong?
no, and we did a lot. It was the most I've ever
Oh,
done.
okay.
It was close to like 7-8 grams each.
It was 8.
Okay.
It was 8.
Yeah, it was 16 grams split.
You were shroomed out.
Oh, dude, for sure. I listened to the whole Angels and Airwaves album because it was just. I remember a guy was like, "Hey, if you listen to my album, just do it on headphones." And I was like, "Okay." So it's been like a decade thinking about it. I was like, "Today's the day," and I put him on, whatever. But I thought I was in purgatory. Because every album, a song on the album sounds the exact fucking same. And, like, I just kept getting up and hearing the same guitar tones, the same drum style, same everything. And I had to pee because I was chugging water. Because I got so much cotton mouth going. And I don't remember fucking any of it other than just being like, this is purgatory. This is it. Like, I overdosed. It's not that bad. It's not that great. I have to keep getting the over and over again. That's my hell, dude. It was like, I'm on shrooms, I'm listening to music, and I just can't stop peeing.
Mine was a little different. I was in the basement because he has a tri-level basically kind of house, and the basement's nice and dark. It's like, well, it's super dark. He's got a nice big fat comfy couch down there. I think I tried playing games and it didn't work. And I just laid down and okay, if you've seen Contact, you've seen Contact, right?
Fuck yeah, I have.
Okay, you know Contact with Jodie Foster?
Yeah.
The way
In the machine.
The way they travel through space
The
is
machine,
how I
yeah.
felt.
Yeah.
Just so much going on and so much that it was just too intense for me to comprehend what the fuck was happening, and then I'd come to moments of just kind of clarity. And like I said before, I tried, because I think I'd be like, oh, this is it. I'm clear. I'm calm. Let me get the fuck out. Let me see if I can get out. And I try to get out, and as soon as I try to get too intense,
It comes back.
and I think that's what it is. Every time I try to get, like, I was trying to
reality, the
leave.
harder- yeah.
Trying to leave my the shell,
Yeah.
the astroplane or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is.
Out of body experience.
It was too intense for me. And I don't know
It
if
was a lot.
It's not going to happen until they think you're ready for it to happen. I don't care how hard. I don't care how hard you try.
because I know exactly where I would have
Consciousness?
gone, and it's someplace that I wouldn't have want to gone. Like it would have
It
been.
was the baby.
Well, they
There
protect
was
you.
a baby.
The
at
baby
the
didn't
house.
help either.
They protect you, but they do protect you from seeing stuff you're not ready to see yet.
That, and I think it's one of those things where you're right, because as I've been meditating more and as I get years into it, I assume, it's not even assume anything. It's just,
And when it happens, it's going to happen
Yeah.
like that.
yeah, I know. And if it doesn't, it doesn't.
It'll happen.
What are you gonna do?
Well, if you keep,
I mean, it's gonna happen at some point because you do die.
if you keep searching for it,
If you keep living.
if you keep searching for it, you'll find it.
Oh, so I asked him hypothetically the other day. 10 years from now, they come out with this pill. And I asked Cut too, and he
And I can finally get an erection.
I hate this. I hate
Yeah. Yes.
I'm in.
That's part of it.
Shut up, man. I got a baby. We all know that's not true.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyway,
And if it was, it'd be okay. For any of you guys.
nanobots
Son,
that patrol your body.
Work out.
You know the nanobody is
Yeah,
right.
the nanobots that patrol your body and basically keep you, like, repair your cells to the point where your
Keep
body
you well.
is at, say, 30 or 28. Like your optimal genetic age.
Okay.
So, would you take the pill? But it's
Well, it's a choice now.
yeah, because
To
he's
take it or not to take it.
I thought you were trying to tell me that exists, and I was like, I'm not going to call you out on this, but there's not a thing that does that.
It's not far away.
Did you see me? I'm like, okay.
It's not far away, buddy.
No, we're talking
Oh, it probably already exists.
10
So,
years from now.
If I could take 10 years from now,
Take a pill that makes you feel like you're 30 because it's nanobots hooked
No.
up to a Wi-Fi.
no way. Why would I want to feel like I'm 30? I'm 40. I earned that.
Okay, what if you're 50?
Fuck that, dude. I don't want to live forever.
Let me live the natural time.
But living forever is
or billions.
Thank you.
I'm 71.
I did so much.
yes.
I'm 71. I take the shit out that pill.
You're right. I was about to say, I don't think it's so much as living for
I take the
forever
shit
as
out
much
that
as
pill.
yeah.
living like healthier or having a more fit body or.
If I
being
could have
in
a
better
30-year-old's body right now,
But
I'd be a happy
but
motherfucker.
But you know what?
I don't know,
That's
man.
on you to do. If you don't want to do it, that's your own fucking fault.
I don't even care if I'm fat. I just don't want to do that.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Like having a good body
I'd
is
fuck
not
around
something
with
that
it.
you can
Maybe
buy
if
at
it was
the
like
store.
I beg to
I wouldn't
differ.
be want to connect.
Oh,
See,
fuck
I'm
that.
already
Ladies gonna
connected
do
to
it all the
Wi-Fi though.
time.
So who am I to speak?
Huh?
Ladies
Yeah,
gonna do
I
it all
literally
the
am.
time.
And
That's bullshit.
and
And again, a
So
lady.
do you know about my brain
It's
right
still
now?
a better
Lady's
body.
Yeah.
supposed to be soft.
and
Guys
until
do that too. There's such thing as ab implants,
Okay.
chest implants.
You ain't real.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
that's
just
not-
saying.
that's
You
that's
said-
Dude,
bullshit.
thigh implants?
You said a body
That's-
couldn't be bought.
Yeah,
Cut's
well,
gotta be that
body
much.
can be
Hold on.
bought, but then it's got to be maintained if you buy it,
You gotta-
versus being the machine
No.
that maintains your
Hold
own
on, you
entity.
gotta understand Cut though. Cut wants to live in a world where we use sticks to start fires still.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the world Cut wants to live in. So
Put
don't.
that lighter down.
You can't take much of
Yeah,
what
what are you
Cut
doing
says.
using the
But the
lighter?
I
best
know
thing is
that's
I'm already
right.
connected to a
If
Wi-Fi.
we can fly, but
Right.
no,
Dude,
dude,
if
wait a
I
second.
I went to the store.
Because
Shit.
like I
Like
download
at a
my
local
brain,
gas station.
And like, there is a company who has a file of my brain since 2016 of every fucking waking moment. Assuming I didn't.
Now wait a minute. But that's not tuned into your entire brain. Is it getting electrical impulses from all the different?
No, just the
Right.
spot
Just
where
right.
It's
they-
just that area there, right?
yeah.
Yeah. But like, I've thought about this and like, conspiracy theory, Bruce. One day I might just get turned on like a fucking robot.
Oh, like like one of those rogue agent
What
things.
they
Yeah,
call it,
dude. Like, what the
sleeper
fuck do
cell.
I know is
Sleeper cell.
inserted into my
Sleeper
brain?
cell.
Well, if
Well-
you get if somehow you get a job in Russia, you
I'm
might
sure-
want to
I
consider.
wake up one day in Russia.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Fuck.
Well, it would
Automatically
definitely
knowing how
be
to
easier
speak
to
Russian.
chip you. It'd be a lot easier for you to be chipped later on, that's for sure. You might not even have to chip you, right? Just boot something in there.
I'd get the fucking battery changed to it.
But
That sounds pleasant. That sounds pleasant.
Scouting like
Is it-
an Indian.
Yes, indeed. Take my whole weed.
Well, but I mean, you know, God is thankful that He got that kind of technology to help you.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. So, in a sense, He's already taken
This
that
is
pill.
true, because you got to think about like
Steve,
imagine
that's
people
true.
who
In a
do
sense, he's
something
already
that
taken
Well,
the pill
it lets
to a
him
certain
drive.
degree.
But it lets him drive. He wouldn't. That's pretty much the thing that changes, right? Is like your regular life was pretty normal minus the driving.
You know, as I took on more social responsibility for like a child. So like when if I ate, you just exercised, ate right, Cut, you'd love this. You know, got my good sleep, avoided TVs, I could go without seizures.
Yeah.
But like when I live the American
I understand what
lifestyle,
you're saying,
and I
right.
have a TV in front of me when I go to bed and I wake up to my cell phone.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's a lot
isn't-
going on.
Isn't that the epitome
Hold on,
of like?
before we get too deep into that. So, like, with having a kid and having a wife, like, you have to start considering that. So, it was kind of like, if I have a child and I'm going to drive around, I don't mind risking my own life.
Right.
But now
You
I
got
have
others to
be-
consider.
Right. And so, time and place, too, is the right time. We had everything we needed to successfully survive for 12 months without me
Gotcha.
operating.
Right.
It was like, this
That
is
was recovery time.
no, if
12
something went
months?
wrong. Like, we were financially stable where I could go 12 months without working.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And so, like, but we knew we were going to have that, so we purposely built. It wasn't natural cash flow. Luckily, it was just quick in and out. And then that movie, money was like, yeah, student loans.
Tell me about it.
Fuck that. Well, that was the reasoning.
I snatched the shit out of my refund.
So if you look at that kind of theory,
Salty about it.
yeah, I kind of did choose to have, like, a
Kinda.
better body. I mean, no, not even kind of. I chose to pay for a better body.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was $1 million. I didn't pay that much insurance, but
Yeah.
$1 million to have the body you wanted, to have a full functioning body. I mean, like, it was a selfish reasoning for the child, but like, yeah, I kind of did exactly what you're talking about.
Because it could help you. It could mean you could travel space.
But in your case, it
Right.
wasn't so much of a choice of it, though. It was like put upon you. You know what I mean? It was out of your control.
I
What
mean,
we're
it's still-
talking about, we'll have
No,
to
because
control it.
to Cut's point, if somebody who, like, okay, my cousin, he's probably 45, he's in the shape of his life. He's on a SWAT team, right, from Mesa in Arizona. Like, dude, he could beat up most 22-year-olds in their prime.
Sure.
And so, like, to Cut's point, if you want to have the 45-year-old body of a king, fucking own it.
Yeah.
You know, work up to it.
But it's what you put into your body that's going to exuberate.
But-
so, like, if you eat
Define
like shit,
exuberate. I don't know
I'm
what that
telling you,
means.
No,
man,
but-
if I can get a robot
What does
arm,
exuberate mean?
But what you're forgetting is
robot arm,
genetics
baby.
takes a place in this too.
jacking off.
Hey, if
Like,
your genetics
even
isn't
jacking
correct,
off to, like, the
I don't give a
perfect-
fuck what you do. You could do 1,000 push-ups. If you don't have the right
That would be
genetics,
what you
it ain't
would
gonna do
think
no
about.
good.
Yeah,
I mean,
you look at like a veteran who puts a replacement body part, whatever your leg. What do you call that?
Prosthetic.
Prosthetic.
in that, I mean,
They're
I
getting
don't,
good with those now
I'm
too.
not
They are.
saying that there's
Luke
not
Skywalker.
that it's not fine to advance yourself or have surgeries, but I think that it all starts for most people with the base of just being healthy.
Yeah, mine didn't come from laziness.
No, but see,
and I'm not.
No, I
Yeah.
see your point. Like mine didn't come from laziness. There's much more necessity. behind it.
but it's just technology moving forward.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I keep trying to tell him that
It's
just part-
technology,
He
man,
says
moving
it's
forward.
not natural, and I'm saying it is natural.
It is
It's part
natural.
of-
It's natural technology.
It's where we're striving to be.
It's where we came from.
Every human has striven to catch immortality, like kings and queens and emperors and peasants.
and,
everyone.
and ponds and
Well,
serfs.
maybe not peasants.
man, I
I'm
don't
sure
wanna stay-
peasants.
No, peasants too.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you're living in squalor.
You
Think
still
about
want to
it.
raise yourself up no matter what you're
I'm kind of ready to die just to see what happens after. I don't know if I want to stick around this reality forever.
I mean,
Well, when it's time to go, it's
but-
time to go.
But see, that's the thing. It'll come eventually. So,
Yeah,
so
it's-
why not
Let's
just
all drink the juice right
No,
now.
so like why not just like enjoy the 50 to 100 years you get here on the earth?
I am not saying not to enjoy it, but if I can get 120 years without pain, I'm gonna take 120 years without fucking pain.
Absolutely.
Because there's people out there who don't get 60 without pain. My grandpa, like,
True.
you should have seen him.
I look
You know,
at it,
I'd rather-
I
I'm
look
just
at
saying,
that as
and
the
then-
balance. You go,
I know
you
I
go
need to work
without
out.
pain in the beginning. So if you make it that far, then you have some pain in the end. I
No.
mean, it's,
that
You're
don't
right.
make it good or
You're
right.
right. Working out and healthy eating.
That don't make it good.
well, it's
prevent
the
that
balance.
What the fuck?
Why not use technology?
I don't.
What?
Cool, but
I don't know.
Sidebar.
Life isn't
Because
isn't
it happens,
good or
don't
right.
make it good, buddy.
But that's the cycle. Like
if you tell me right now I could eat a healthy, like just completely healthy, like this will not fuck with you in any way. Just take a pill and get like fucking jacked instead of a dad bod. Fuck yeah, I'd pop it right now.
no way in
Not
hell.
jacked, but
No-
like athletic,
no
like
way
super
in
athletic.
hell.
If you could give me a pill that could sustain me and keep my appetite down, I would literally eat a pill so I don't have to.
Okay,
They
wait.
have those.
Wait. So let
No,
me
no,
ask
no,
this.
They
not
make
It's
you
called
sick.
marijuana.
Let me
The
ask this.
munchies.
What?
Just so I can get some perspective. So what you're saying is, okay, let's just take for instance a random medical situation.
AIDS.
Well, no, because you got to participate in risk of rehab. Say aneurysms. Most people that die from aneurysms, they never know they have them. Like it just goes and they die.
So an aneurysm,
So-
what is an aneurysm? It's a brain
It's a
No,
rupture in
it's
the
any
in the
vessel.
brain, right?
It's any blood vessel.
Yeah,
but
it's a rupture in the blood
the
vessel.
ones that usually
That-
kill people are the ones
It's just
that
like
in
a
the
break
brain.
Here-
Yeah, because your
here is-
brain, once you bleed in the brain,
That's how my mother
Here
died.
is the way I view it. The,
No,
let,
you
let,
gotta-
let him
let
finish.
me finish.
Let him finish.
So what I'm saying is, if there was a pill that could prevent aneurysms, you would rather live your life with the possibility and not know, rather than taking the pill and knowing that you can live a full, healthy life with certainty.
yes.
There's nothing wrong with that answer.
No, I'm not mad
No, I
about
just
it.
that's right. I just
I-
asked it because I wanted to gain clarity.
I don't.
He's very much let it be, let
Dude,
it be.
I am so on the fence too about it. But I feel like a hypocrite saying anything other than medical.
But then
I would take the
again,
pill.
like that's the thing. Till your arms cut off.
Until that
Till
technology
till
is actually
till
here.
till the option is presented to you. do you want to live or do you want to die? Do you want to suffer or do you want, like, until they go, all right, well, here are your options. You don't really get to like make that choice. Like, I think that, so like for me to say that I don't want to take any pill because I look at pills as bad. I look at pills as crutches.
Okay.
Like, that's why I don't have an animal. I look at animals as crutches.
Okay, Cut. Let me
Emotional
ask you a
crutches.
question, Cut.
Like, that's why.
My animal's my fucking bro.
But
Have you ever broken your arm
I
or
just
leg?
enjoy watching
I-
him eat my left
Yeah,
hand.
I have. Last time I didn't go to the doctor, I rocked out the pain.
So so nobody ever set your leg
No.
back? So your leg is not right.
It
So that
it
means-
hurts when it rains.
So that
all
means later on in life it's really gonna fuck with you.
and that's part.
And you're not gonna take any medicine
But that was
to.
that was my negligence in that moment when I hurt myself.
Well, we understand that. What I'm saying to you is, when you're in pain, 15 or 30 years from now,
It may
because
change
of
your
that,
mind.
you're not gonna take anything to help either heal it or ease the pain.
No.
Oh.
Dude, I've literally lived in that moment, like faced with that decision. I had the surgery, right? The first two were grafting my brain.
Yeah.
And I walked in, the doctor was like, we can't do surgery to cure your epilepsy, which is the goal, because you will lose your ability to speak. That's the section of brain we need to cut off. And I'm like, then they pull out a chip. It's a little bit smaller than that. He goes, but I have this. And he literally just goes,
Old technology.
They had hinted at it earlier and like talked about it, but they didn't go into detail. Sorry, I'm hogging that.
Yeah, they didn't want to give you any false hope until he was sure.
Yeah,
probably.
and he's like, I cannot guarantee you anything, but I can definitely like make things better with that piece of equipment.
Wow, that's
And that was the moment where I was like,
yeah, the choice.
Yeah. You do I mean, that's when you choose. You weigh what you mean to other people versus if you're a person that is sole in the world and the only
Cut's
thing
gonna be that guy that's bleeding out. We're gonna have that magic fucking pen thing that you just stick in people.
Yeah,
and it
right,
heals
right.
instantly. And we're gonna like, come on, Cut, let's. No, you can't do it.
I got it. I got it. Like, Cut, you were shot 7 times. You're bleeding out. I got it.
Dude, come on, man.
I got
We'll
it.
just stick you real quick. You'll be alright.
That's funny.
Cut, your dick can literally grow back if I just push this.
But hold
I can
on.
live without it.
Hold on. What if you have to put it up your
Exercise.
butt?
Ooh.
Fucking
You
anywhere,
would go
dude.
there, wouldn't you?
You tell me if you're gonna lose my dick, I will take it anywhere.
I mean,
Like that ain't gay at
That's,
all.
that's dick love.
Well, that's
Right.
pretty gay.
You
Sounding.
act like you guys aren't ever gonna have no finger up your ass.
or ever hand.
Eventually you're gonna get the prostate exam or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Well, they don't have to do that anymore.
I've
They
heard
They
don't-
still do.
They don't have
you don't
to.
have to.
You're going
They do
if I
still
was a
do
doctor-
it. Some
if I
doctors
was a
still do
doctor, I would do it.
Some doctors
just
still do it. They've got
because-
devices
I
now.
gotta like
straight results.
Oh,
Like, guys
absolutely.
getting pegged.
They got some new
absolutely,
shit.
yeah, man.
They got new
Guys
shit
getting
now.
pegged is a thing.
Pornhub.com, I'm like,
I-
whoa.
Dude, if I was a doctor, I'd let you know that I
Right,
don't
that's
have to do
definitely
it, and
a
I'm
thing.
still doing it anyway.
What?
If I was a doctor, I would go, yeah, I don't really need to do this, but go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
bend
do it
over.
anyway.
And I'm gonna,
So you just end up just violating.
And you're
it.
gonna do the jokes too, aren't you? The doctors that do the stupid fucking jokes every time they're right when they're about to stick it in, you feel it start the pressure. You're like, oh, you should have took me to dinner.
Oh wow.
so
come
I
on.
think I'd be like a little weirder about it and be like, so do you think you should breathe in or out?
Cut.
I'm devastated.
I think I breathe in.
Ah.
I think I'd squeeze, like, pull up. Yeah.
Look, I think I'd be like, we're done with this. Thank you.
I don't even think
This has been fine.
I don't think Cut would do the fucking like Black Mirror shit. You know the video games in Black Mirror?
Video game.
In Black Mirror,
I
you
know
know.
the show, but I'm trying to think of the video game one.
Okay, there was 2 of them.
Oh yeah, where he's like Star Trek captain.
There's Star Trek Captain 1, and then there's another one where there's a fighting game. The newer, because there's
With,
3 from the new season.
Yes.
Yeah, where it twists and
Anthony Mackie.
they're making out and fucking.
Yeah, I watched it
so
on
weird.
shows.
So weird.
I watched everyone on shows. So.
I mean, is it though? It's virtual
The dude
reality.
fucked as a panda.
It's virtual reality.
I know, but are you really gonna fuck as a panda?
People are
I'm
already
not.
fucking as pandas. Have you
I'm
never
not,
heard
but
of
who
furries?
knows? You know, I wouldn't do that, but
I
somebody
like-
probably would.
I
Have you never
like
heard of furries
living-
before?
Living in
you
the
wouldn't
box
be curious what it's
that
like to
is-
have a 3-foot horse dick. Told me I could just throw some goggles on and figure that out.
They're not
Like,
even
just
goggles.
get a
There's a
quick-
fucking little doop.
Like,
Right.
I wonder
This
what
is
this is like. Doesn't mean I
That's what
can't
I'm
like.
That's what I'm excited for.
Ugh.
Virtual reality.
Real virtual reality.
Yeah, real
not-
virtual. That's the stuff
Not
they
the
got
shit.
now.
Yeah, not the shit that you gotta look with
But-
your eyes.
But my whole
I
thing
feel
is
you on
like,
that, but I got
what's
a trust
the
issue. I
point?
got trust issues. Like,
Did you watch Sword Art Online?
I
or
just
something?
don't like the fact that people could just be doing anything to my body while I'm just having this virtual reality fantasy. What if my enemies decide they want to roll up on me?
You have no enemies.
I know. I just
So
want to be
who's gonna roll up on your ass?
It roll up at that.
Yeah.
Right.
you would have,
Y'all
like-
right, because you know anybody rolling up on me, they already know I'm crazy as fuck. I just want it to be dramatic for a moment.
Okay. Well, good job.
Absolutely.
But that's the thing. Like, what's so bad about life that people like
It's not that life
don't
is
want to
bad.
live life and they want to live it virtually?
It's not that
They
life is
want to
bad,
live
it's
it.
You know what?
entertainment.
Right now, okay, hold on. Not
It's
even a pill.
entertainment.
Not even a pill. You meet fucking God, right? And God's like, yo, man, I can make sure you fly if you get back. You just have to accept it.
Fuck no, I don't want.
Oh my God, you wouldn't want to fly.
You wouldn't want to
No,
fly?
I don't
Like,
want-
you guys want to go to Costa
You
Rica?
wouldn't
real
wanna
quick,
fly?
hold hands.
No,
We're gonna
Fly.
fly.
Get the fuck. Here, take this,
Get
man.
to Costa Rica.
What?
in
I've had
7
enough
minutes.
of you. You wouldn't want to fly if you could
I've had enough
fly?
of you.
Hold on.
Like, I could literally 7 minutes to Costa Rica and back. I could have all of us smoking weed in Costa Rica in about an hour.
Would you
We
want?
just have
Right.
to hug and fly.
Right?
Would you want what his experience that he had?
The out of body experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had those like on mushrooms to an extent. It's not it like the ego death thing that happened. I've coped with like what my mind was dealing with and how that happened versus like.
Did you
the
leave your body and fly to India?
I left my body and I recreated the entire entity that is life. I wouldn't be back here if I didn't reconstruct everything.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying, but that's not leaving your body and flying to India. That's completely different.
When I made time and space, that
You flew to India? You had time to
Wait,
fly to
wait,
India when
did
you
you-
were making
did you
time and
fly-
space.
did you fly
You had
at
time
all?
to fly to India.
Did you fly at all?
fly. I went.
No, you just
So
you
you-
just made it. You made it. I get what you're saying.
I don't
Explain
know.
what
I
happened to you.
like. I don't.
Do you know what he thought? What him do? You don't? Did you not hear the story about him leaving his body?
You went
Yeah,
outside your body and you
Compare
viewed
your
yourself.
stories real quick.
Well,
Just
Actually,
your
you need
definition
to
of
tell a
flight.
fucking
You don't even
story
need to tell a whole
on
story.
actual camera because the last time he
Oh,
told
we're
it,
on camera?
yeah, we're on video. Well, you're not. Me and him are.
Well, I mean, hey guys.
They can't see you. But the last time he told it, oh boy.
he wants to make sure he's here.
Just so you know.
You know that's probably
This
going to
is
be the
Val
screenshot.
Kilmer.
Every time someone sticks their fucking face in it, it's a picture. So, he told the story and he's like telling us so good. And it's all like, but it's all on fucking, he's like, it was not on video. It was just my tray.
Oh, so you can you do it on video? Like, this is your once in a lifetime.
Once.
It happened to me 1.5
No,
times.
I'm saying like this is the one time that you can guarantee your story forever exists after you're gone.
Oh.
You're on camera, man.
Oh.
This is being recorded.
I think you're putting too much. Let me get some
No, I'm
blueberries.
just saying, like, so you should tell it to its.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, obviously. Otherwise, it would have
talking so it doesn't sound like it.
Well, I'm motivating them, bro. This is like quarterback.
All right. I'm gonna tell you. What happened. I'm gonna make it short but sweet.
All right, man.
Me and a friend of mine got his car stolen here in Detroit. They found it. This was 30 years ago. They found it in Asbury Park, New Jersey. They told him he had to go get his own car. So he says he asked me to go with him. So we got on a bus, Greyhound, to go get his car. The night before, slept a full night and everything, you know. I had been doing
It wasn't my, you know.
I had been
You
doing
were
a,
open.
I had been doing a lot of meditation and stuff like that for the last 6 or 7 months. So we're on the bus, and he's sitting next to me, and my legs felt heavy. I was like, wow. I was trying to move my foot. I couldn't move my foot. It felt like lead. And then it felt like it came up to my hips. And I was like, what the fuck? And I felt like I was turning to stone or something. I was getting really heavy. And all of a sudden, I'm floating around the inside of the bus. I'm like, what the fuck? And people are getting on the bus, and they got faces like monsters and shit, and they're sitting in chairs and shit, you know, sitting on the bus. And I'm flying around the bus and stuff. And I see my friend sitting over there. I said, oh, who is that sitting next to him? So I flew around, and it was me. That's when I realized I was out of my body. I'm looking at myself sitting in the seat next to my friend. And in a way, I felt, ooh, freedom, wow, kind of scary, but ooh, look at us. And next thing I know, I take off out of the bus, and I'm like going through space. I'm seeing stars and shit. Stuff is flying by, and I can see the Earth like about this big. That's how far out I am.
So you're like past the moon.
Yeah, well, maybe between the Earth and the Moon. And then, you know, like I saw the Earth spin, and I saw India, and shoo, I was in India. Elephants and shit, Taj Mahal. And then all of a sudden I saw it was a big wheel. And it was like a genie-looking type dude spinning the wheel. And it was, and he told me I had to pick a place. And I picked something like, you know, I picked a place. And the next thing I know, I was back in my body. And I was like, oh, wow. You know, I'm looking around, and everything looked normal. And in a way, I was kind of scared. Because at first I thought I was dead. You know, I thought I was dead when I first went back into my body because it was so heavy. At first I thought I was dead, but then my vision cleared and I could see I was back. And the bus was still going. Then I could feel that feeling coming back again, like my legs getting heavy again. And I kind of fought it. You know, I fought it. No, I don't want to do that again, not right now. And so it didn't happen again. And about a year later, this is weird. It was like summertime. I was walking down the street. Oh, and another thing that happens, I smell like ether. Before it happened, I smelled like ether. And I was walking down the street. This was about a year later. And I got that smell again, and a feeling like I was being. So I laid on the ground until it went away, and it hasn't come back since then.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do in your basement. And your basement wouldn't let me out. Or it was just like, yeah, you can't understand this. I think that's what it more was like you're in places you can't understand.
Or you're just not ready yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. At that time, I couldn't understand them. I could understand them more now. But at the same time, it's one of those things.
And you were on shrooms when this happened, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So you were already in the network.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like forced into the network instead of... And at that time, you know, shit just happened with, you know who. I'm getting ready to go to Sweden for the first time. I'm about to leave the country.
A lot of shit on your mind.
Heartbroken, like, busted and shit like that. And some other shit was happening. And yeah, it was just a lot going on. But
your mind was cluttered.
Trump just won.
Oh yeah, your mind was super cluttered.
Well, it's interesting because, like, so before I had my surgeries, like, I'm not like big into pills. I don't want to take them. My wife even encouraged me to start taking shrooms, so I was doing shrooms on the regular. And I was doing a lot of meditating, and one of the things I like tapped into, I didn't visit India, but I tapped into was like this whole concept of pain, and like I was given the ability to redefine pain. So, like, I could take something very painful, and if I got into the zone, right, like you had to get in there, I would just be like, that doesn't hurt, because I decide what hurts. So post-surgery, I didn't take any meds. Like, I did 52 staples in my, you can see the scar right
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And I smoked weed.
That tastes good.
But And I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for mushrooms and meditation.
Yeah.
And like since then, it has gone away. That ability has dissipated, but I didn't try to keep it.
Well, it hasn't gone away. It's there somewhere.
It's there.
Yeah,
I just
it's
haven't
there.
tried to. I don't see a point in pulling it out, I guess, which is kind of a lazy comment. But
It's what it is.
you know,
That's how people are when they can do like tasks. Like once you've completed a task that like I think breaks your mind, your body, or your spirit, and you know that you can do it, you don't do it unless you absolutely have to.
What?
Like people, like you could call it like the mother strength or old man strength, or like people that have like can do something. I think that you can always do it, but like it's to the extent like if you do it without the proper mindset training that you had when you could do it efficiently, that it will break you down more. Like, I don't know, that's kind of complex.
Yeah, I was done. I lost that. Yep. Sorry.
sorry, cut you lost me. Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
Cut got lost in the applesauce.
Just jumped 2 minutes
Cut-
spot, man. I
cut-
couldn't connect the dots.
Cut got lost in the
I'm thinking
applesauce.
about it all.
I moved to India in my mind.
I'm always in India.
No, we understand what you're trying to say.
You grabbed the juice out of the door.
You should just get
Oh,
trip
wow.
out again.
I'll listen to that
Good
one
night,
later.
door.
Be like, alright. How many words
some
did I
French.
forget to say? in
Well,
this?
next time, do you want to come with?
What?
Dude, you should guys are all welcome to come. Rudy, you should come.
Right there in the door.
We're gonna go to
By the
Kentucky.
mustard.
Me and Sean, and we have a buddy that lives there. We go for a weekend and it's
Simply
free.
Orange
We
right
have a
there
cabin
next to
in
the
the
mustard.
woods,
Oh, nice.
and we don't get charged anything because my
You
buddy's.
just touched the mustard.
cousins own it.
There it is.
Well, okay.
But we just bring our own food and everything, and it's just like no carry out, no nothing. Just live there for 3 days.
Oh.
But we're gonna do shrooms the entire time.
Ah.
So you're gonna be in the woods underneath. It's in the butt fuck nowhere, Kentucky. So you're gonna have clear nights.
I'm quite embarrassed.
Yeah, as you should be. That was kind of odd. Yeah, you already asked me about that.
Kentucky.
Fuck.
I think we're gonna go last month of May or last weekend in May.
Okay. We got to figure out how long it's going to take for us to get down to Peru to do ayahuasca.
Peru.
Like an 8-hour flight.
Is that all?
Yeah, but this costs, it's the money and time. Like, you know how much
Oh,
it costs me to leave for a week?
Oh yeah, because downtime on the.
Yeah, just everything. I don't see people. What, are you making another hand?
Yeah, you
What are you doing
know.
with that knife out?
So you want to?
Put that fucking knife.
The reason why you want to go to Peru and do it, you want to do the authentic
I didn't
shit,
think
right?
that.
Because you don't have to go to Peru to do it, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
But I'd like
It's
to
just
see
the
Peru,
experience.
too.
You want to do the authentic, right?
I'd like to see Peru in general. And
Yeah.
I'd be down to do that.
Chelsea wants to do it, too.
I just have to tell my wife I'm gonna do it.
Well, I'd hope so.
Well, I always told Elise, like, that was part of our marital agreement, is, like, if I ever had the opportunity to do ayahuasca tea, like, you have to let me go. Like, see ya, 1 week, just gone. I have that in fucking mental writing.
Yeah, I want to do fucking silent retreats and shit at some point in the future. Shit like that. Just disappear for a week. Reset. Want some, you know, like you're saying, but, you know, more structured.
Mm-hmm.
Like, disappear to India for 2 months. But that's, you know, that's fantasy shit. That's Drake Rich.
Man, I saw a
I ain't no Drake Rich.
I saw a documentary about India yesterday, man. Wow.
So many people.
So
There's a lot of
polluted.
Yeah,
a
dude.
lot
There's
of
stupid people.
Man.
There's 25 billion people in
Yeah,
like
that's-
3 cities.
They
There's a
they
lot.
were in Delhi. They were in,
25 million, sorry. Not
And there's no
billion.
plumbing.
they were in Delhi, man, and the garbage was just
Yeah.
There's nowhere to put it.
And there's
and they make tons tons and tons of every day.
It's just building up. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. No, that's what you know.
That's what plastic
the,
bottles have done.
the fucking movies you watch from the '80s that were like Highlander and all the Black Utopia fucking
Right.
futures. That's India. So
Yeah, it's bad. Man.
shacks and shit like that. Some people live in squalor while
It's
other people
real
live in
bad.
fucking toilets.
It's real bad.
I mean, that's America too.
Yeah, it's just in America you have a quantum of hope. You have some hope.
Yeah.
Over in India, some of those people are living with absolutely no hope at all. They don't have no hope, man.
I know.
Nobody's coming to rescue them.
There's people here in America that feel that way.
But
People
Yeah.
rescue themselves.
our poorest here in
Who
America
needs saving?
would be
Some
rich in
people don't.
India.
Some people need some help, dog. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, just a lot of
I'm
people
just
need
saying,
help.
it'd be nice, to
Have
have.
shit in the street.
They-
It's like
It's not.
They
it
said-
makes New York look
Yeah.
small, and you
Dude.
just shit
It's
in the
crazy.
street.
That's
said
why
it-
they take their shoes off at their door, so
They-
they don't track the shit in their house.
They said in
Literally.
L.A. in Los Angeles,
save
it's
dysentery.
seven. What did they say? 700,000 homeless people in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they got the tent city.
700,000
It's like really ruthless right now.
homeless.
Yeah, but that it's nothing to do with the lack of buildings. It's everything to do with the lack of policies
When I was
that
in
help.
Ecuador and Quito, they have
Mental.
like 3 major trash dumps. There's cities in them. I went to one of them. One of the guys was going to go in there and hand out clementines. So he's like, "You want to go with?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Just
Yeah.
got a big old thing of clementines.
Where was this?
Quito, Ecuador.
Okay.
It's just cities. They're mega cities inside of. It's a trash dump. People like drop their trash off. There's a whole soccer field with stands, just made of trash. It's their survival. They eat what they can find in the trash.
Yeah.
I met a woman from Quito just this past Saturday.
Really?
Shared an Uber with her in Fort Lauderdale on the way to the beach.
You share Ubers? You so dirty.
In Fort Lauderdale, I shared a fucking Uber.
How much are Ubers in Fort Lauderdale?
The beach was 45 minutes away. You think I was going to pay for a motherfucking $40 Uber ride by myself? You a fucking fool.
Ooh, $40. Damn.
I'm on vacation, girl. Let's get to know each other.
What was she doing in the U.S. of A?
I guess she was going to work because she got off at the beach, but then she went in this hotel, so I'm assuming she was working. And she didn't speak much English. She spoke Spanish the whole way.
No bueno. Do you speak Spanish?
Bits and pieces.
I can't understand Spanish. I can understand like few words, and they're not good words.
I know a good vast majority of
I'm not good with
American
languages,
phrases
period.
like nouns.
Are you bad with English?
Yes, I'm bad with everything.
I can conjugate verbs.
I had Spanish in school.
I cheated
and
my way
I
through
don't
Spanish in
remember none
college.
of that stuff, man.
It's the one I took.
A few words,
like,
you know.
naturally. I tried French, and French was just too hard.
I wanted to learn sign language, but it doesn't count as language credit at Penn State. I was really bummed out about
I
it.
think
Yeah,
sign
'cause
language
it's
would
so
be enough.
handy. And then
Yeah.
if I had known about the jobs that it could get you in just
Yeah.
by knowing sign language, oh my goodness.
What are you rolling up?
What?
What are you rolling up?
Stuff.
Stuff.
You the host of this conversation. Oh,
Stuff.
facts. No,
I am
I'm
not
finna
the
take
host
over.
of this conversation.
I'm finna take over. Because
Rudy is the host of this conversation. They love
yeah,
Rudy,
it's
not
Rudy.
me.
This is
What? Get out of here.
Rudy's the star of the show.
I'm
and
nothing without Mr.
Everyone
Fox.
wants to talk to Rudy. They're like, I can't wait to meet Rudy. It's like, well,
Because Rudy got the stories. Why do you
He's
think I used to like
exaggerating.
streaming with him?
He's
Like,
exaggerating.
oh my goodness, we used to stream with Rudy. Rudy had the most.
He's
the
just
almost
stroking. He's just stroking. He's
the
blowing
most
smoke.
colorful
Up
stories
his
about
butt.
Detroit. Telling you about Detroit in the 70s.
he ain't talked about Detroit in a minute.
That's what we used to smoking said, child.
What was it like in the 80s?
Oh, the 80s was cocaine.
Cocaine.
And the bad thing about the 80s was that's when the dreaded HIV reared its head.
Yeah, but
But
weren't-
the drug of choice during the 80s was cocaine, either in crack form or powder. That's what everybody was doing.
Yeah, you didn't fuck with it though.
All the
Did
super
you?
companies.
Of course I did.
Oh, I don't know.
I said everybody. Did I say everybody?
You
Oh
did
yeah,
say-
I did coke for about a year and a half.
Hey, but
I tried crack a few times. I
Okay,
tried
yeah.
I tried heroin 3 times. I shot up heroin 1 time.
What was heroin like?
I didn't like it at all. I don't like downers. You be throwing up, and then you get high, and then you throw up, and then you get high, and then you do like this. You go, and then you come out of it, and you go. It's the dumbest ass high. It really is. It's
Up and down.
a bullshit high. I don't understand, but the come off is the worst part of heroin.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, every bone.
You never
I didn't go
the
through that.
heroin and you know.
I didn't go through that because I
I'm
only
from
did
the-
heroin about 2 or 3 times. But I knew people that were heroin addicts.
Before having
And you know, the come off is brutal.
Yes.
Wait, so sorry. It was heroin. What else?
No, I said, you know,
No drugs you tried.
well, I tried heroin. I did meth 1 time. That was,
Really?
I
How
did.
long ago was that?
That was in the late 70s.
Meth was around in the 70s?
Sure, dude.
I'm dead.
And then,
Well, I don't know. I don't.
yeah, it was
No,
around.
that you didn't know. I was like, man,
It was around.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
He talks like he's from the 70s when
Oh,
he's talking
absolutely.
about the
I love
70s.
Rudy.
When Rudy's
Talking
talking
about
about the
the
80s, he talks like it's in the 80s.
Exactly. I told
Did you
y'all.
ever notice this?
I told y'all.
Sure, dude. And
What can I say?
I used to
Anyways.
love listening to his stories.
anyway, so hold on. PCP?
That's Angel. Angel
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
It's an animal tranquilizer. Is what it really is. It's for horses and big animals.
Nah, I for
Special
sure.
K? I thought that was Special K.
No,
That's
that,
ketamine.
Those are
that's different.
Because ketamine is supposed to actually be another one that's good for mental health.
Special K
Like, if
never.
done properly.
I don't know my drugs at all.
Oh yeah,
Turn
that never
side.
caught on here big. That Special K and shit never caught on here big.
No, there's other countries where it's really big.
Yeah, really big. But no, it
What about
didn't.
I've never even heard of
mescaline?
ketamine.
You did a lot
Oh
of mescaline.
fuck
huh?
yeah, man! I did tons of mescaline. I did tons of LSD. LSD, what is 2.5? The purest LSD. Oh yeah, the Osley LSD. Oh my god.
We didn't have that shit. I had gel tabs.
Oh
dude.
my god. This guy named Osley was a chemist.
Come on, Jeff.
He made the best acid of anybody. And I had a chance to, you know, it was on a sugar cube, man. I'll never forget it. And it was unbelievable, the colors. And, you know, things melting. Shit, they ain't supposed to have faces, got faces. You look at a motherfucker, and all of a sudden you have like 1,000 flies running around on his face. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, I have no
This the real shit. No shit. But it's clean. You understand? It's clinical. I think they call it clinical. It's clean, so there's no side effect. No stomach hurt.
Yeah.
No head hurt.
So, hey, let me ask a question. So, how would you describe that? Would that be? Is that like your brain just cycling through references that you've seen before?
Who knows? Maybe it's other. Maybe you're breaking through other universes.
And like there actually is a universe where people have flies
In between-
crawling all over their faces.
What if it's infinite? Then yes.
In between all of us is energy and static and electricity.
But
And within that stuff that's in between us, it's all kind of different things, different feelings, different universes. And I think when you take acid and stuff like that, you can see those things.
Yeah, you can see
You
like
can pull them into your reality.
different parts of the
Yeah,
universe
yeah.
that you can't normally see.
Because-
the brain clouds it out. It shuts it off for you so you can function.
Yeah, it's amazing what
But
really
you
good
can't
LSD
function.
is like.
It's obviously proven you can't fucking live 3 years on LSD or you'll have problems.
And the thing about the way we were taking it back then, it's not like DMT only lasts like, 5 to 15 minutes or something.
You got DMT at one point too?
This stuff was way deeper than DMT is what I'm saying. These buzzes would last 8 hours,
Ooh.
9 hours. Yeah. Now you get
So
to
you
a
got
point,
to follow the whole
you
thing,
start,
shit.
and then you get to a point where they call peaking. Peaking is when it's at its
Yeah.
most intense at the top. Then you'll start coming down, and then you what they call crash, fall asleep. But that peak part, that's where you, whoa, buddy, you're riding the biggest roller coaster ever made. You know, you're fighting dragons, you're doing all kinds of shit. That peak, oh, that peak could drive you right out of the.
So you got to smoke DMT?
No, you didn't smoke it.
Oh,
No.
how'd you take DMT?
No. What I'm saying is the
Oh.
LSD we were taking was as clinically clean as
Ah.
DMT, but it lasted longer.
Yeah, because it's LSD. LSD
Yeah.
is a
Right.
what?
Is it rude to ask somebody if they were freebase?
Well, I
I'm
mean,
freebase.
smoke crack. He probably
Freebase ain't nothing but crack.
I
Yeah.
mean,
What's for
It's just
oh,
you-
so no, you wouldn't.
You know, Ricky Ross is the one that started crack, right? In
Sure.
California in the 80s.
Cool.
And the reason why he did it, it had nothing to do with anything except for the market. He saw a market of people who were smoking crack or smoking cocaine, and it's a pain in the dick to freebase it. So he made it easier for them to smoke.
And how did he do that?
Turned it into crack.
No. Freebasing was you had to use a chemical called ether
Right.
to turn it in powder into a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ether was hard to get and dangerous. So they made it hard for you to get ether.
Ether gets
And,
high
and this
itself.
guy found out how to do it with baking soda.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He just figured out a way to do it.
Do it
that
with
was-
baking soda.
That was way more effective or
And easier to do,
Yeah,
and
the whole 9
You can
yards.
get
Yeah.
baking soda at any store where you can't get ether anywhere.
But it was because the market was calling for it, nothing more, nothing less. The market was there. He saw it and went, "Fuck it,"
Fuck yeah. Why not?
because it kills families. I guess I don't know. It
Crack
should
is
just be
motherfucker.
legalized.
Well, they didn't know what it did.
I know. I see
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Oh,
that
you know
been
what?
using crack for years.
You know what?
and they
Crack
still
is
look the same.
crack is no stronger than regular cocaine. That's a myth. You can get just as fucked up on snorting cocaine as you can on crack.
But this
Yeah.
is my
You
thing.
can
though.
become just as addicted
But this
to
is my thing
snorting.
though. Why don't cokeheads look like crackheads?
Because it does something else. I mean,
Right.
it's burning out.
Right.
No.
Because you
It's
seen
burning.
crackheads.
It's
No.
burning out
And you
the
seen
inside
cocaine.
here.
Let me tell you something. An extreme person that snorted, believe me,
Yeah,
they look
that's
fucked
like-
up too.
I mean,
The difference is, let me explain the difference. He's got to snort a whole bunch of lines. But people that take it in excess like that, they're just as fucked up. Believe me when I tell you. And they're all. This is what they're doing all day long. Where a crackhead smoke it and he tweak and do what he be gonna do and come back later and smoke some more. But this guy's doing it. He's shoveling. He's shoveling all day. He got the big fingernail. He got the big fingernail.
Crack nail.
Yeah.
So this is my thing, man. Public perception of a cokehead versus a crackhead is different.
Completely different.
Oh no,
Because-
and there's differences.
Because you can do coke occasionally on the weekends, every weekend,
Exactly.
and be known as a cokehead. But to be known as a crackhead, you got to be like way, way far gone. You out in the street, broke down and begging and shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know.
That's the difference. That is the difference. Where a crackhead don't take baths. A crackhead don't eat most of the time. Stay up 3, 4, 5 days in a row.
I know crackhead.
Here's
Oh,
the
yeah.
difference.
I know crackhead.
Here's,
yeah.
here's the difference. The price of the drug.
Yeah,
And that's true too.
that is the biggest difference. is the
That's the
price.
difference.
Coke costs too much to be a crackhead on
Yeah,
it.
that is true.
Because that's what happens is
You
you,
gotta
get
keep some
addicted to
kind of
Coke, and then you go, I need it more and more, so how do I get it cheaper and more?
If you can't afford it, you go to crack.
Exactly. I knew one of my best friends used to break up crack. I watched
See-
him break up crack and snort it because he didn't like smoking things.
See, it's a trick with crack. I'm gonna tell you what the trick is. Now you can snort some cocaine and get high for the first time. You're like, wow, that's kind of nice. I might do that again, or I might not. But that crack, they put in that pipe, and you go,
Oh,
whoop.
I'm sure
And-
gonna do that again.
The first time you do it, I'm telling you, listen to me. The first time you do it, your head goes, whoa. and your balls get warm, and you feel really good, and you chase that feeling from that day on. That's why a crackhead is different. They chasing that first time they got high. They'll never get that high again, but they chase it.
Dude, the first time they take a dab. Do you remember your first time taking a
Yeah,
dab?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like,
Face
dude,
on
I
the
remember
carpet.
I was in a basement and I took a dab, and then they gave me another one. I took another.
His balls
I
got
just like
warm.
look up and everyone's gone. And I
I
don't
have to
know how
ask
long
Lou if
it's
that's
been.
what happened
Just
to
like,
him. You like did your head go whoop and your balls get warm?
Yeah, they did, man. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Rudy ain't got no fucking clue.
It's just crazy, man.
I'm mad I don't have my true voice because I would be cutting up on this video for sure.
It's crazy though, but it's true. It's true. You ask any
Oh,
crackhead,
shit.
anybody that used to be a crackhead, they'll tell you the first time they hit that crack pipe, it was like paradise.
Yeah.
It was like paradise.
It's just, I don't know, like,
But
I
heroin,
guess
people that like heroin said the same thing about heroin.
it's weird because, like,
You do go. I might try this again. I might not.
I know people that are hype about coke, and they're like, you know, high motivation, you know, high energy or whatever you'd say. But then, like, I know crackheads, and they're like, well, they say some crazy ass shit. It's usually about crack, and then like their focal point is going to get crack. They're like, they're just like, yeah. Hey, what are you doing after work? Oh, I'm going down get some crack, and you're just like, oh, cool. So that's what you're doing with your night, like that, and that's literally what they're doing with their night. You talk to somebody that's doing coke. They're like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, we're going to, like, party, might do some coke, or, like, you know, like, drink and meet some friends, like, go to a bar.
Well, shit,
Like,
I
it's
don't
different.
know.
One's,
I don't
like,
know.
hiding in a closet, one's, like...
Because I've
extrovert.
never seen a crackhead do crack. I've just seen people that I know are crackheads and are doing crack.
I've smelled it from,
Wherever
like,
they
the
do
guy
it,
that I work
they
with.
hide
I
away.
could
Yeah.
never tell.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I did bath salts the last day.
And you ain't eat nobody face off?
Dude, I did a lot of bath salts the last
Now,
day.
I've never done that before.
Dude.
But I saw a video that sticks with me forever. On YouTube, this couple were in their apartment and they did bath salts. And they were sitting on the sofa together. And the guy stood up and jumped through the window.
I don't get that.
Jumped through the fucking...
I've seen it,
Then
yeah.
they showed another one. It was this black chick. And she was laying on the ground. And she was like fucking the ground. And people were walking up down the street. And she was rolling around and humping on stuff. And acting...
Isn't that the zombie shit?
I'm telling you,
I don't know
man.
what everyone else was jerking about because I had an awesome time. Like, we went. It was at Penn State, and so you could just walk
shit.
up and buy it. And we did 4 times the recommended amount. And she said, stop at 8 p.m. and don't do more than this.
Okay.
And we took
Don't be a
4
grandma.
times that, and we were going till midnight. I didn't sleep for like another 2 days. And
Wait a minute. Did you do something weird or you don't remember what you did?
no, I got in my car and I decided to go driving. And so I called my buddy from Sam, and I just had, like, me and Marcus were together, and I just wanted to tell him how much I loved him. And so just I expressed, like, my feelings for him. I grew up with the guy. And then I went back and I just wanted to play guitar. And then we just started texting random people that, like, we didn't even fucking know. And we were just like doing bath salts, hit or miss. The most random group of people showed up that like we have never hung out as a unit, but we all just did bath salts. And we were just raging. Just all having independent conversations, and I just sat there and like played a guitar and just like over and over again. And there was one girl that just sat there and stared at me like, the entire time. She just watched.
Yeah, they were fucked up. They were fucked.
Dude, I was all over. But then
They just weren't extreme. You were fucked up, but you were extreme.
I was extreme on it. And then for the next fucking week, every time you went like that,
You could taste it.
like that. No, you go and your head would just get like
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you had a lot of bath salts up my nose.
Oh.
And so it was a week just.
And every now and then you hit a little.
Well, it gets
feel
stuck
it.
up in your mucus and stuff.
Yeah.
That shit.
Did you ever try salvia?
Hell yes, I have.
I did it one time, but nothing happened.
Really?
Yeah, nothing happened. What happened to you when you tried it?
Are you kidding me? Dude, we did it at my brother's house. Sean was there, and my buddy Eric made a bowl from a water bottle. And we just happened to have some salvia. And I just drained a whole fucking rip off of this thing.
God.
Eric was King Arthur. His girlfriend Sarah was Guinevere.
Oh, shit.
I saw a purple cartoon whale come swimming like this, and I grabbed a stick and I go ha ha, and I cut it in half, and it went to a fucking bloody
Oh,
end.
he was tripping.
And then it just it come down. I was on the ground laughing so hard that I was having a hard time breathing.
You were tripping balls.
But this is all within 2 minutes, and then it's done. And then you just feel like you're high for another 10 minutes.
Well, when I smoked it, the guy told me he didn't think it was really, or it was too dry or something. I felt a little something, but nothing really happened. You know, I just had a little feeling.
Did you ever hear about Ari Shaffir? He lived 2 months' life. He said he lived 2 months.
In one salvia
15
trip.
minutes. Yeah. 15 minutes, he lived 2 months of life, had a girlfriend and everything.
I smoked it I had that.
Reality.
I
He
had
tripped
that-
big time.
Yeah.
I had that experience was off of a shiesty hit from a water bowl or water bottle. If I actually hit something that was real, it took a pure hit of that, I could totally see
You
myself
totally,
living
yeah,
2 months.
yeah.
Woo.
And then coming back, dude. I think about that sometimes. You ever think about that? You're going to wake up one day and be like, fuck, dude.
Dude, where do we get some salvia?
It's 1999, you've been in a fucking coma the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? For it's not, something happened, and because there's probably a couple instances where I could have been, accidents of cars where we almost died or
Right,
whatever.
yeah. You could have had a
Whatever.
head injury or something.
Yeah, and I've been in a coma this whole time, and I'm just gonna wake up one day. It's gonna be 1999, and weed's not gonna be legal. But maybe Gore wins.
It's a book like that. It's
That
a
could be a
book.
positive.
It's a book about a guy that went into a coma, and I think he was in a coma for about 6 or 8 months. But he went somewhere where he lived for I think 30 years on another planet while he was in this coma. He wrote a book about it. It's a book about that thick, man.
On another planet?
He was a different person on another planet, or maybe it was it was in the future. It was in the future. He went 200 or 300 years into the future. That's what it was. And he was talking about, and he wrote a whole book about it, man. It's weird. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It'll come to me.
Man, people are fun.
I will totally read that.
Oh yeah, it was about the future, and he said it had been a couple of world wars, and black people were really rare. There wasn't very many black people or Asians left.
Wait, what?
No way.
Whoa!
No, really.
Black
Let's
people,
talk
I
about it.
could made I could see that maybe. There's still a lot in Africa. I mean,
Yeah, there had been some world wars or something. I guess
Yeah.
certain
the
people
Asians,
lost. Yeah,
fucking- just in China.
it was wild. He was talking about
many of 'em.
in the book. He talks about the
No.
vehicles they were
Everybody
flying
attacked
in,
China, and
how the cities looked
black
and
people
everything. It
was
was very
part of them.
detailed.
Possibly. Doctor Who's been good. Have you ever watching the new Doctor Who?
So I've heard. I have not watched.
It's got a chick as the Who doctor.
Oh, you mean the new Doctor Who?
Yeah, I like her. She's clever. She's funny,
Yeah.
and the storylines are pretty good. Last season, they had one where one was about the Pakistan, right when they split it, Pakistan and India. You know what I'm talking about? That showed you what happened there.
So is that a female Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Is this new this season?
That's about the second or
Last
third.
year
It's the
was-
second
last
season.
year
Of
was
it.
It's the second season of her, yes.
I think that's the second woman that's been Doctor Who. I think
No,
second
it's
or
the
third.
first one.
Or was it the first one?
Yeah, it's all been men.
It was a big thing about it, her being the first one.
Of course, you know how people are.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's
They're trying to get like a female James Bond, and they had finally like come out, but we're not gonna.
Right.
what? Well, I mean, they've been making female James Bond.
Damn.
movies.
But I mean, let's not
2/3.
Let's not get carried away.
2/3 of the world's
Yeah.
population.
Let's not get carried
lives
away,
in
okay?
Asia.
We're gonna look
Yeah, I
back
know.
at that one with.
Yeah.
It's
It's
India,
No, let's
it's-
not fuck
yeah.
with
India
James
and
Bond.
China.
Yeah,
What
we're
about-
a
what-
fraction
what about
of the
India and China?
population of this
2/3
planet.
of the world's
oh yeah,
population.
what is it? Well, that's about 7 billion people, right?
Dude, that's the dope thing
7
about
billion.
about
No,
that
it's only
is
about
the dope thing
6 billion,
about
I
North
believe,
America.
in
No,
China.
it's-
That we've got all this
No,
fresh
China-
ass
China's
land
only
that
1.5.
nobody had their fucking bits on except for
1 to 2 billion.
Right.
They both
Indian
have.
folks.
It's like he said, it's 7 billion or 8 billion people on the
On
planet.
the planet, right?
Yeah,
7
and he
billion.
says
We got,
2/3,
like,
so
that
it's like
virgin
6
land.
billion are in that area.
Yeah.
'Cause that
Right.
includes
That's what I was trying to
Japan,
say. That's what I was trying to say.
China.
China,
Yeah.
India, and
Yeah.
Vietnam,
Russia.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, Russia.
No, not
has
Russia.
shit in it.
Russia's
what?
not in it.
That part of Russia
It
don't
is
have
still
nobody in it.
highly populated in Asia when you talk about
Argentina.
Asian people because you got
Mongolia.
Mongolia.
Well, you got a lot
All these other-
of Asians
It's
in
just a
Russia.
lot of
You know, that's a
fucking
country that you don't
countries.
hear about very much.
Mongolia.
Like Mongolia, it's just not one that you hear about.
They have the
It's
They
not.
got bad winners.
It's nothing
they
going
have the
on
horse
there.
thing, the
What
horse
you got
thing.
on
What you gonna hear about?
They're really,
Ain't nothing going on in
No, they're
Mongolia.
really famous for the horse riding. Like they
Yeah, because
ride
there's
horses
not
like
many
really
cities.
fucking well.
I don't think. there's
Yeah,
many
horse
cities.
riding and building utes. I mean, what do they do in Mongolia?
I mean,
I
they
don't know,
were,
but
they
they-
were conquerors.
Dude, almost everyone on this planet has fucking got one dude that ran that place for a while in them.
Yeah, they're chill though. They're like, we're good.
Like 2/3 of the
Right,
country has
that's
Genghis
shit
Khan
about our horse.
genetics.
We've
You
been
know?
pillaging
Oh yeah,
lands
well
for
he
so long.
he planted his seed in a lot of
Let's chill
places.
out.
We apologize.
Right.
Leave us alone.
Genghis Khan, Kublai Khan.
What?
What?
Kublai Khan?
What?
You don't know your Mongolian history.
No, I tried.
You don't know
listening-
your Khan.
I
You
tried
know
listening
your
to that.
Kush, but you don't know
They
your
were, the,
Khan.
they were
That
the
shit-
invaders. They were the whole reason that they built the
That's a good
Great Wall of
cannabis
China.
name right there.
Was to keep out.
That's a good cannabis name.
What?
Khan.
Yeah.
Oh, the Wrath of Khan. Oh, you could have so many. You can go start.
Yeah.
You can go.
Kublai Khan.
Did you not know that?
What?
That was why the Great Wall of China was built?
Yeah, because of Mongolians, yes.
Yeah, it was to keep
I
them
saw
out.
the South Park.
He gets his history from
Give me
South Park.
Mongolians.
He gets his history
You're
from
an
South
idiot,
Park.
Max. You're an idiot.
Dude, because they had the same education I have.
You're an
Retarded
idiot.
education.
Oh my
like,
God.
Pieces of it's like the story is so simple because that's all they taught us. There was no in-depth like I went to Holly, man. I'm telling you, man. There's no like there's maybe one kid in the class that had a 4.0 and well, probably 2 or 3.
Man,
And
you
they
know
definitely
why,
weren't going to Michigan or nothing.
you know why we don't hear about Mongolia?
Why?
Why?
All right, and this would be my speculation.
Hi,
that
buddy. How are you doing? Say what, bud?
Was he talking to his kid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to meet some people? Say hi. Say hi to Mr. Rudy.
Hi.